Hello everyone, my name is Petra Karlová. I would like to present about significance of karate for Buddhist karate practitioners, a case of Sri Lanka. Let me start from the background. Buddhist influence on martial arts continues attracting attention. In 19, Nitobe Inazo advocated significance of spirituality for martial arts in his book Bushido. Need of spiritualism somewhat declined with the rise of consumer society and progress of globalization. Many martial art organizations stopped emphasizing spiritual value and chose to focus on practicality with regard to the international origins of practitioners. Still, spirituality forms an important part of life for many people and their traditional identity. However, the discourse is conducted from the point of contrast between Western and Eastern civilization, modernity and tradition. There is a trend in reaction to the westernization of Asian nations that also brought modernization of Asian martial arts towards fortification. This research wishes to break through this cultural dichotomy of West and East by focusing on Sri Lanka. Many scholars and martial artists attempt to interpret spiritual aspects of martial arts from Buddhist perspective. This research takes an opposite approach with the purpose to grasp the present situation of the relation between martial art and Buddhism in Sri Lankan practitioners' life. The aim is to clarify significance of karate for Buddhist practitioners there. Sri Lanka and karate. Sri Lanka is a Buddhist country in Southeast Asia with numerous karate practitioners. There are also other religions such as Islam, Hinduism and Christianity, but Buddhist create forms the majority of 70%. Sri Lanka Karate-Do Federation is member of World Karate Federation, that is main organization of sport karate, the highest tournament of which is Olympic karate. Sri Lankan karate practitioners are educated to follow ideal of a sportsman rather than a samurai. That was also formed by elements of Buddhism and especially Zen. Therefore, they are suitable objects to research the relations of karate and Buddhism from unbiased perspective. Research method. Questionnaire surveys to 126 Buddhist karate practitioners in Sri Lanka was held in August 1918. The place was Kandy, Colombo and Andrapura. The questionnaire survey consisted of 3 parts. First, questions on karate practice. Second, questions on Buddhist practice. And third, questions on relation of karate and Buddhism. A result. First, about the karate. How long do you practice karate? 24.6% practice 5 months and less. 0.7 practice 6 to 9 months. 23.8% practice 1 to 2 years. 16.6% practice 5 to 6 years. Results on Buddhist activities. Do you participate at events in Buddhist temple? Often replied 45.7%. The reply was sometimes for 41.7%, rarely for 9.5% and never 2.3%. Another questions on Buddhist activities. Do you pray and worship Buddha? Regularly 65.7%. Sometimes 23.8%. Rarely 3.1%. Never 0. Another question. Do you listen to Dharma discourse? Often 52.4%, sometimes 34.1%, rarely 11.9%, never 1.5%. And do you listen to Pirit? Pirit is Sutra chanting, often 59.5%, sometimes 37.5%, rarely 14.2%, never 6.3%. For further question, do you meditate? Answers, regularly 19%, sometimes 46.5%, rarely 34.1%, never 7.9%. Do you read books on Buddhism? Responses were often 33.7%, sometimes 18.2%, rarely 26.2%, never 9.5%. From this result, we can see that most common Buddhist activities of Sri Lankan practitioners are: first, joining events at Buddhist temple; second, praying and worshipping Buddha; third, listening to Dharma discourse and Pirit. Less common activities were first, meditation; second, reading books on Buddhism. Then another question: who does teach you to be a good Buddhist? The response is parents, 73.8%, monks, 72.2%, elderly family members, 60.3%, karate teachers, 50%, school teachers, 42%, friends, 15.8%, Dharma school, 2.3%. From these results, we can see that especially parents, monks, elderly family members teach how to be good Buddhists. Buddhism is part of family and social life. Now, results on relation of Buddhism and karate. The questions were: choose 5 most important character traits for a good Buddhism, and choose 5 most important character traits for a good karate athlete. So first, let's see at the 5 most important character traits for a good Buddhism. Answers: kindness, 86.5%, honesty, 78.5%, patience, 62.7%, humbleness, 61.1%, self-control, 55.5%, politeness, 49.2%, cleanliness, 46%, responsibility, 22.3%, courage, 15%, mindfulness, 12.7%. Now answers to the 5 most important character traits for a good karate athlete. First, most frequent answer: patience, 92%, strength, 71.4%, courage, 62.7%, mindfulness, 54.7%, honesty, 53.1%, self-control, 41.3%, humbleness, 35.7%, kindness, 18.2%, cleanliness, 17.5%, responsibility, 16.6%. From this result, we can see that Buddhist karate practitioners have separate identities for being Buddhist or karate athletes, although there are common points. Buddhist ideal is to be kind, honest, patient, and humble with good control. Karate athlete ideal is to be patient, strong, courageous, mindful, and honest. Kindness is typical for Buddhism since it is against violence. Other qualities reflect Buddhist practice to control one's desires, which are source of suffering. Strength and courage are typical features of a warrior, which reflects violent part of karate. Interesting point. Mindfulness is perceived as more important for karate, although it is an essential concept in Buddhism. The reason is that karate needs to be mindful about the techniques, especially when practicing with partner, to avoid injury. Patience and self-control are perceived as required both for karate athlete and Buddhist. Question about the relation between Buddhism and karate. Can karate help become you good Buddhist? 79.3% replied yes. 8.7% replied no. 0.7% replied they are not sure. So majority thinks karate is good for becoming good Buddhist. And question was why karate can help learning for Buddhism. The responses were following: patience, discipline, humbleness, kindness, good behavior, honesty, avoid violence, self-defense, self-control, meditation, good attitude, because it teaches Buddhism, concentration, good character, civility, worship parents and Buddha, because it started in a temple, calm mind, respect other, and self-confidence. So we can see that as the most frequent reasons why karate helps being a good Buddhist, it's because one can develop patience, discipline, humbleness, kindness, good behavior, honesty, and avoiding violence. A bit lower frequency was found for self-control, meditation, concentration, worshipping parents, a Buddha, and calm mind. There is possible interpretation from Theravada Buddhism. Theravada Buddhism has concept of virtue, so-called 10 pāramīs. These pāramīs are generosity, proper conduct, renunciation, wisdom, effort, patience, honesty, determination, loving kindness, and equanimity. However, although Buddhist study and practice were confirmed from the respondents' answers, there is a doubt about the understanding of Buddhist teaching. In the interviews, majority of Buddhist karate instructors admitted their limited knowledge of Dharma Buddha's teaching. In this slide, the author assumes their ideas on significance of karate for being Buddhist stem from daily life values practiced in Sri Lankan society, which is based on Buddhism rather than directly from Buddhist philosophy. Now back to the research method. Semi-structured interviews to 15 Sri Lankan karate Buddhist instructors. One of instructors was both Christian and Buddhist. The interviews were held in August 1918 and 19 in August. Were held in August 2018 and August 2019. And the place was Kandy, Colombo, Anuradhapura, Hatton, and Matale. Following questions were asked: What do you think about connection of Buddhism and karate? What is Buddhism? What do you think about body and mind? So first the answers: connections of Buddhism and karate from interviews with 15 instructors. Most of instructors sees connection between Buddhism and karate like a meditation. Mokuso, it means the meditation, similar Mokuso, which is meditation practice at the beginning and the end of the karate training. So This meditation is similar with breathing meditation, anapanasati, and some instructors also do loving kindness meditation with the student during the training. Second, concentration and eye focus from Buddhist meditation is similar to karate. Some people say karate is meditation. Three, story of Indian monk Bodhidharma is the connection of Buddhism and karate, because Bodhidharma taught martial arts to Buddhist monks in Shaolin Temple in China for improving their physical condition to meditate. The fourth is connection of Buddhism and karate is emptiness. Karate means empty hands and the symbol of empty mind from attachment and abuse. 5, discipline from Buddhism supports karate. 6, Buddhism helps control anger in karate and non-violence. Teachers teach do not harm others. 7, Buddha was martial artist. When Buddha was still Prince Siddhartha, he practiced martial arts before attaining enlightenment. 8, worship Buddha and parents and pray for success in karate. Some instructor pray to get success in karate at Buddha's altar and their wishes get fulfilled. 9, Buddhist activities with students. Instructor is going to the temple with students and they together offer flowers in the temple. Another activity is organizing Dhamsala. It means free ice cream or free food on the Buddhist festivals days. So from these answers we can see that instructors' answers were various, but almost everybody mentioned meditation, namely breathing meditation. Some instructors commonly mention origin of karate from Bodhidharma. Now answer to the question, what is Buddhism? Instructors' answers were following. Buddhism is philosophy or philosophy for life, or it's religion. Buddhism is life, my mother, but acknowledge that they have little knowledge on Buddhism. Buddhism is a connection with the nature, especially the environment. One instructor gave example of lake. When a lake is built, the soil which was dug out was used to build a temple at the lake. So this natural environment is connected with the Buddhism and society. Buddha's teaching Four Noble Truths. So Buddhism is Four Noble Truths. These truths are what is suffering, what is root of suffering, what is cessation of suffering, and what is path to the cessation of suffering. Another answer, Buddhism is karma, which is teaching on action and reaction. Buddhism means give up attachment. Buddhism is 5 precepts and Buddhist discipline. The 5 precepts is abstain from killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, false speech, consuming alcohol or drugs. Another answer, Buddhism is to worship Buddha and parents and to go to the temple. Another different opinion was no need worshipping, one should have Buddhism in the heart. And another answer, Buddhism is meditation. Again, we can see instructors' answers were various. Many perceive Buddhism as philosophy for life, as Buddha's teaching or 5 precepts. Some perceive it as religion to worship Buddha and parents. Some admit not knowing Buddhism much, just practicing Buddhist culture as they learn from family and society. And finally, answers to the question, what do you think about body and mind? The answers were following. Develop concentration and mindfulness by worshipping. Relaxed mind is good for health. In karate, both mind and body are important. Mind come first think, then do. Need to meditate to develop the mind first. Mind becomes stronger by practicing karate. Practicing karate makes healthy, which is good for the mind. Mind controls the body. Karate helps coordinate body and mind so they stay together. Body and mind should be integrated. Again, we can see answers were various. We have here Buddhist view, that mind comes first. Then there is sport karate view, that body comes first. And finally, traditional martial arts view, that body and mind are integrated together. Further questionnaires and interview will be held for better understanding of the relations of karate and Buddhism in Sri Lanka.